Alright, today's episode on Tequila Forever Tequila. Azuñia. So here I got the original Azuñia that came out back in 2007 when the company started. So this product's from now number 1503, Empresa Ejidal Tequilera de Amatitan. And then it's now being produced at now number 1426, Agaveros Unidos de Amatitan. I believe that change was done in 2003 along with the label change. I believe I did a review on the 2014 batch. Wasn't really a big fan of it, to be honest. Thought it was a little bit ironic though, like shortly after doing that review, I ended up finding another Blanco and Añejo. Exactly the tequila reviews that I did on that newer NOM number. Almost has to say like, hey, don't give up on me yet, right? But this is definitely gonna be one of those episodes where I say stop collecting, start drinking. Stop collecting and start cracking these bottles open, because that's what I'm about to do. Now, before I do that, let's talk a little bit about this product. Like I said, this was founded back in 2007 by Jim Riley. I believe he's some kind of celebrity with the race cars or something like that. He had some people that believed in him and his passion for tequila, so they invested in the company. There were some other celebrities and some other people. I think maybe like 3 different people that invested in the company with them. So his thing or his vision, what he wanted to do was to, create an authentic tequila. Being of course 100% the agave, and he was talking about there not being in many tequilas that were 100%, or people having really bad experiences with their tequila, maybe because they were mixed those or they just weren't done right. And he's like, I think most everybody has had a bad experience, and I agree with that. I mentioned in previous videos that there were tequilas 100% de agave, but not as many as we have today. Especially as people start learning, people start wanting the real stuff, right? The real good products and everything. So that's what he wanted to bring to the table. I think he ended up buying like 5,000 acres, a distillery, and he started producing his own product. I believe the fields were surrounded by mango trees, and then they planted some black pepper trees. That way it can also be a part of the environment that's going to be picking up in the tequila. Looking at the terroir and everything, right? He knew all that is going to have an influence on the product, so he definitely knew what he wanted to do, and he definitely knew what he was doing. But many people talked about how this product, was different than what we have today. So that's where we're about to find out, if there is a difference or not. Also, I want to say that the Añejo is rested in Jack Daniel barrels. I believe that's one of his favorite. He likes the notes that he picks up from those barrels, right? From the Jack Daniel barrels. Let's see. Yeah, so this is aged 18 months. Like I said, previously used Jack Daniel barrels, and then the Blanco. I guess it was mainly for like cocktails, or people to even be able to sip it or shoot it. So he said what he did with the Blanco was he aerated it. That way it can take some of the bite, be like a little bit smoother, right? And being an artisanal product, you can treat it like a wine. So right before he bottles the Blanco, he aerates the product. As far as I know, the Añejo and the Reposado, they don't do that with that. So we're gonna see. I don't have the other bottle to do a side-by-side comparison, but I can just tell you what I think about this product once I do try it, and if I recommend it, in case you guys do happen to run into one of these bottles. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and do it. Before that, let me just show you guys. So this is the aerator right here. It's mainly used for like wine, to remove some of the bitterness, right? It's it removes like the tannins that it has from it, especially like when it picks that up from the cork. They're always laying on their side. And then what this does, it supposedly gives you the perfect mixture of oxygen, right, air and the product itself. So it's kind of like swirling the cup, and then giving it time to open. But this is more like speeding up the process, so you don't exactly have to wait. and then I'll show you guys how that works in just a minute. So for now, let me get this one out the way, and then we'll do the Blanco. And I have to admit, I like the older design, you know, a lot more than the newer ones. You know, I think in a way this kind of looks more modern.
Yeah, it does.
I like this one better than the second design and the third design. You know, so anyways, before I forget, so what I thought was pretty cool was this is lot number 3. You know what I mean? I'll make sure to take a picture so you guys can see that. So this is obviously one of like the first ones. I just happened to go in like a random liquor store and they had them. And the owner, she was telling me, she's like, yeah, this tequila, for whatever reason, didn't sell. You know, that they had about 20 years. But looking at when the company came out with this product, it's probably more like 18 years ago. Says it didn't sell. Many people have not heard of it or know about this tequila. So that's a good thing for me because, you know, now I got this. So like I said, start cracking these bottles open. Boom. Yeah, let's check it out. I'll pour a little glass here for my wife too. So we're going back in time. Let's see if this product was truly better than what we have today. Here we go. So I'm excited. Lot number 3. I mean, it's probably, we know it's sold. Cheers. Well, I can tell you from what I remember, the other one, and now it definitely does smell different. I think this one actually smells better. Let's see. Okay, so in this one, what I'm picking up is like sweet cinnamon. You know, it has like a sweet aroma, some cinnamon, a little bit of mint. Let me see. It's a little bit earthy. Fucking plains, yeah. Not really picking up too much. I want to say it's not even a complex or nothing like that. It's quite simple, just like the other one. I just feel like the aroma's it's a little bit more balanced than the newer Blanco versions. Yeah, I'm picking up, like I said, just a little bit of a cinnamon. There's a little bit of mint, some earthy tones. Does smell sweet. Oh, here we go. I pick up like a little bit of, you know, like caramelized agave. You know what I mean? Like you get just a little bit of, I'm not gonna say burnt, you know what I mean? But just like a little bit of caramelized agave. You know what I mean? Like there's like a little bit of caramel, right? Maybe like a little bit of pinch of a light smoke in there. So it doesn't smell bad. It smells good. It smells pretty good. I'm not gonna say that it's complex. It's not. Quite simple, but it's not bad. There's really no bite to this. It doesn't really burn. Yeah, it is silky. So I want to say on the taste, I'm still picking up that cinnamon. There's a little bit of like baking spices. I still get that mint. I also feel like I'm getting like a little bit of fruit in the taste, maybe like a little bit of like a banana peel or something, you know, banana peel. Not bad. And that's really about it. So what I'm gonna say about this tequila is that it's definitely sippable. It's good. It's pretty smooth. Really don't have any bite. There is a little bit of heat coming down. It's silky. It's pretty good. It's better than what I tasted coming from the new distillery. This one I believe was like $27. Price on it was the original price from like back then. You know, now it would probably be a little bit more expensive. So I mean, at $27, I think it's worth it. You know, definitely like a budget tequila. So I think at that price, it's definitely worth it. Now, if it was like what it is now, anywhere from like, you know, $37, $40, I think you have a lot of better options out there, you know. But considering that this is a tequila that is no longer available, and if you do find it right, you try something different, something new. I mean, fuck it, right? You know, go back in time, you know, and check it out, right? So if I would do a rating on this tequila, I would say that I would rate this one I would give this one an 83. You know, it's not really complex or anything. It's nothing, you know, nothing special. So definitely some margaritas, mixed drinks, perfect, you know. So I'm gonna get that out the way. And then I'm gonna show you guys real quick and kind of be a way to kind of, you know, just wash that down a little bit. Show you guys how that aerator works. So what you do, you got this little, so you do is just hold it over, and then you got like this little, you know, like air vents right here, and then just pour your product in here. And then so you don't have any spills, you just put on that little holder right there. And then, damn, there's no bite to that water. That's a really good water right there. It's just been aerated. I can feel the oxygen going inside of me. You know, it's really good. No, but you know what? I don't know if it really does make a difference. I have felt that when I've used it, that it does make a difference, you know, especially with like the higher proof Blancos. And I feel like it changes the flavor just a little bit. So I think the best thing to do, or the best way to really find out if it works or not, is to do a side-by-side comparison, right? Excuse me, not a side-by-side, to do a blind taste. A blind taste with an Añejo that I haven't tried, or Blanco, whatever it may be, right? Whatever product I haven't tried. So something new, and then have, you know, someone pour it out for me, right? Use the aerator on one of them, and the other one, then I'll try them both. Not so much trying to guess which one's been aerated or not, but I mean, I guess just for fun, I'll do that, and then, you know, see if there's any difference, and see if when it comes to, you know, sipping in, or the aromas and everything, to see if there really is a difference or not on the product. But that really what it does, you know, just like the mixture of, you know, the oxygen and or air into, I don't know if you guys can even see like those bubbles in there, you know, there we go. If you guys looked in there, you know, so in the product, like I said, it's kind of just like swirling it. Every time you swirl the product inside, right, all the oil sticking, you put in like air in there, and then it's separating it, right, it comes down, and then when you do it again, it's kind of like separating, right, all the tequilas is like, you know, kind of airing out a little bit, you know. I suppose it's like speeding up the process. So we'll see if that's really true when I do that, and see if that's really something I'll recommend, because it could just be mentally, you know, it could feel like maybe, oh yeah, it does make a difference, right? It could just be all mental. So we'll find out. Water works as hydration as well. And then finally, the Azuñia Añejo, and this one's lot I'm guessing 51819. So let's do it. All right, so I'm taking a look at it here in the glass, and this is, it's a little bit of a dark, not too dark, right? Amber-like, you know, brownish kind of color. You know, it's crystal clear. Looks really nice. You know, one thing I forgot to do was to swirl the other one around and take a look at to see the oils, right? But we'll do that with the Añejo right here. So I'm looking at this one. And I can see that's really sticking onto the glass. Looks good from here. Now let's see what we pick up on the nose on this bad boy. Wow, so let me say this one smells delicious. Really like the aromas on this one. Caramel, vanilla, cinnamon. Just a little pinch of like some smoke in there. So I can say that I'm definitely picking up some of the Blanco characteristics onto this Añejo, which is definitely a plus. It's definitely a good thing. Butterscotch, there's some maple. There's a little bit of fruity aromas onto this. So when I say this product is good, I like the way it smells, you know. And comparing to what I remember, the other Añejo right from 2014, it's a big difference, you know. I think the other one was just like, you know, a lot of strong oak. You know what I mean? I didn't really pick up anything of the Blanco in there. It was like overpowered. I don't think it was well balanced from what I remember. You know, I gotta go back once again and check that review out, but I like this. Cherries, cacao. And I also do pick up a little bit of banana in there too, you know. So what I'm gonna say that it smells good, you know. This is more like a sweet aromatic type of tequila. So I'm gonna say this is probably gonna be good, like a dessert type of tequila, or maybe tequila for like the nighttime, right? Winter time, for me, anytime, right? But I do like the aromas on this. It smells good. It smells sweet, you know. So I'm gonna say, but everything's well balanced, right? There's not one thing overpowering the other thing. So I do like what I'm picking up on this Añejo. And I can still pick up a little bit of that mint in the background. Kind of faded, but it's there. So that's definitely good. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this. So I'm gonna say this one's creamy on the mouthfeel. It's a little bit silky, creamy, right? A little buttery. So I do like the mouthfeel on this tequila. There's also no bite, no heat. Well, it's a sweet tequila. It's not exaggeratedly sweet, but it's nice and well balanced. You know, I still look at that banana. There's still, you know, that cacao in there, chocolate, the caramel, the butterscotch is in there. Towards the finish, a little bit like whiskey-ish, you know. I said maybe like a little bit like iced tea towards the finish. Yeah, I like it. I'm not gonna say it's like complex or anything. I mean, there's some things going on in there, but it's a really good añejo. You know, that's what I'm gonna say. It's a really good añejo. I do like the aromas and the taste. It has a really nice mouthfeel to it, and yeah, I do get some of those whiskey characters in there. Like I said, it's just like the vanilla, caramel, it's the maple, the cacao, a little bit of iced tea. And then right now, it's like a little bit bitterish towards the finish as well, but I mean, that's all right. It's good, you know. Smooth, it's good, you know. I wouldn't mind a little bite to it, but it's good. I think the Añejo definitely, if you were to find this tequila, I would recommend it. You know, I think it's better than the newer stuff they have today. I'm not sure if I'll try the most current stuff to now, because from what they say on their website is that it's pretty consistent. I decided to give us another try because, well, not only was it another distillery, but I'm hoping that it's gonna be a lot better than what we have today. And so far, yes, you know, I do like the Blanco better than what I tried on the newer stuff. You know, just because it's no longer made and everything, and just try something different. And at that price of $27, I wouldn't mind trying this one any more expensive than that. I guess. Well, I gotta think about it, right? But the Añejo is definitely a go, and this one, I guess, I mean, it's not bad, you know. But I think there's probably other products that are better. Another reason that I decided to give this product another chance, besides the fact that I like the older tequilas, is because of the Azuñia, you know, Black 2. This is the first Azuñia product that I've ever tried, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I'm gonna leave this one for another review, a different time. That way I don't take the shine from these two right here. But this was the first one that I tried, and then this is the reason that I decided to give the other products a chance. If you take a look at this bad boy, I mean, this thing is really, really dark. This one's aged for 2 years. There's a little story behind the necklace and everything. It's just a special reserve, private reserve. This bottle, it's hand numbered by the master distiller and it's signed by him. Like I said, we'll leave that one for a different review. But for now, I want to say, you know, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. And if you guys do happen to find these bottles, if you find this one for like $27, it's going to be one of those budget tequilas. I definitely recommend it at that price. It's not bad. If you're looking to make some margaritas with this, it's definitely good. I believe this is additive free. It's all organic. And then as far as the Añejo, I definitely recommend it, especially if you like sweets. You know, if you like sweets, and I think this is definitely going to be for you. I believe this one, I picked it up for like $59, so $60. So it's not bad. It's about an average price for an Añejo tequila. It's pretty good. I like it. You know, I think I'm going to rate this one. I'll go with an 87 on this one. I think for this one, like I said, at the price that I paid for it, 83. And this one, 87. You know, so I'm gonna call this another blast from the past. It just went back to when this tequila was good. Well, thank you very much. Y salud.